What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Appreciate Greatness. Today we are going to be going over the 2024 NBA trade deadline, which happened today as I'm recording this. Is going to come out tomorrow, which would be the 9th. And so yeah, it was a fun day. A lot of trades on the outskirts, improving the team's depth-wise, improving not necessarily getting starting role players, but getting guys who can come off the bench, really support a team. And those are the kind of trades that I enjoy the most. Personally, instead of seeing Kevin Durant go, seeing Bradley Beal go, I like seeing the Xavier Tillmans being picked up. And those are guys who in the playoffs play a key role in helping a team win. So let's get right into it. So we are on NBA.com, so I am going to be sorting through these from the bottom to the top. So yesterday's trades, which is 2 days ago as you're seeing this, February 7th trades is where I'm starting. I'm going to scroll up. So the Utah Jazz up first, trading Simone Fontecchio, which to me, I liked the way Simone Fontecchio was playing. He felt like a good glue guy. He's hitting the three ball well. It's just an interesting trade. I think this is mostly to get that 2024 second round pick from the Pistons, which is more like almost a first. I don't understand it too much, but I can live with it. The second trade we saw yesterday was Xavier Tillman for 2 seconds and Lamar Stevens. This is awesome for the Celtics. The Celtics getting a backup big man who can really rebound, good positional defender. I think this is a great trade, and Lamar Stevens going to the Grizzlies. Hopefully he can get some playing time, and I think he's a really good player. I believe he's from Philly. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I think he's a good player. He can flourish into something, hopefully, and show that he's a good fundamental role player for a team. And then my favorite of the February 7th trades is Monte Morris to the Timberwolves. This is a good backup point guard who gets a lot of assists, play makes well, doesn't turn the ball over, and he can fill in a role for when Mike Conley is injured, as he has been recently, or he can just be that backup point guard that you can rely on and hopefully go make a playoff push and win a chip with. And you're only giving up Troy Brown, Shake Milton, and a 2030 second round pick, which is 6 years from now. So now we get into today's trades, which is on the trade deadline, or yesterday's trades. Kelly Olynyk and Ochai Agbaji to the Raptors for Otto Porter, Kyra Lewis, and the big thing for this is the Jazz getting a 2024 first round pick from the Raptors. They're a team who's stacking up picks. They're a lot like the Thunder, underratedly stacking up a lot of picks. I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. I love what the Jazz did here, but I also really like the Raptors getting Ochai Agbaji. He's a guy who, he was a lottery pick for a reason. He's got the 3-and-D potential. I think the shot hasn't fallen to the best of his ability and to the ability that it can fall at, and he's a good athlete. I think he's going to develop. He'll be all right in the league. And you also get Canadian Kelly Olynyk. That's tough to say. Canadian Kelly back to the Raptors, back to Canada. I like this trade. It's kind of a cool all-around trade. You get a little bit of everything. Next, we see the Sixers trading Daniel House to the Pistons. Who cares? The Thunder getting Gordon Hayward. This is a big one. Vasai Micic, Trey Mann, Davis Bertans, and some draft compensation for Gordon Hayward. I think the Thunder are getting a great player here. You get a guy who you can maybe slot in to start for Josh Giddey if he's struggling, or you can bring off the bench. He's going to be a good role player. He's going to play his role. He's going to be a veteran leader, which is something the Thunder don't have much of. You have Kenrich Williams, but I can't call him a veteran leader. Gordon Hayward's awesome for the Thunder. And Trey Mann, I love Trey Mann. I think he's getting a chance to go flourish. And, he's going to be alongside Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball. Trey Mann's got a chance out there to show what he's worth and show he has some promise in the league. The next trade is the Wizards and the Mavs finalizing a trade of Daniel Gafford. The Mavs getting Gafford for Rashawn Holmes and a 2024 first-round pick from the Mavs via the Thunder, which was a weird deal how it worked. It was a 3-team trade. The Thunder got a 2028 first-round pick, I want to say. I like this for the the Mavericks. I don't love it for the Wizards. You get a first. That's cool. Getting a first for Daniel Gafford. It's probably pretty expected. But for the Mavs, you get Daniel Gafford, who lob threat for Luka. He's been a really good shot blocker this year. Good rebounder. I think this is a pretty good deal for the Mavs. And here we have a really, really, really big one. The Knicks trying to make a push, and this makes me love them a lot more than I did. You trade away Evan Fournier, Who cares? Malachi Flynn. Who cares? Quentin Grimes hasn't been great this year. Ryan Arcidiacono. Who cares? And 2 future second-round picks. Who cares? And then cash considerations. Who cares? For Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic, this is an awesome trade for the Knicks. You get 2 really high-level role players for nothing. The Knicks are a fantastic team already. You add 2 great role players to that mix for guys who really weren't playing anyway. I mean, the Knicks have a chance to make a push to the championship, in my opinion. I think this makes them contenders. Jalen Brunson is the head of the snake. Then you have Julius Randle as your number 2 option. OG, Josh Hart. Now you add Bogdanovic, who's a great scorer in his own right, and Alec Burks, who makes all the right plays, can knock down the 3. I love the Knicks now. I really do. I think this is a team who is fighting for contention and fighting in that East. They're one of the best teams in the East now, I would say, by far. I had my questions. Now they've been answered. This one was weird. The Nets, and originally it was tweeted that the Nets and the Raptors were just switching Spencer Dinwiddie and Dennis Schroeder. Then Thaddeus Young got thrown in for the Nets. Weird trade. Not much to say. The Raptors waived Dinwiddie. I'm assuming Dinwiddie will go to the Mavericks. That would be my assumption. I haven't seen anything on if Dennis Schroeder and Thaddeus Young are going to play with the Nets, but we'll see. Pistons buy out Joe Harris. Who cares? I mean, some contender will get a great shooter. Probably won't play much. This is another one of my favorite trades of the day. The Mavs had a killer trade deadline. They trade for PJ Washington, giving up Grant Williams, Seth Curry, and a 2027 first-round pick. I struggled my way through that. I think this is a great trade for the Mavericks. I also like it for the Hornets. You get a first, bring Seth Curry home. I think the Mavs win, though. You get a great player in PJ Washington. Great floor spacer. He's kind of what you want Dwight Powell to be, I would say. What you want Maxi Kleber to be, I would say. And you get it in PJ Washington. It's a great deal for the Mavericks. All right, next trade, we got a 3-teamer. Pretty confusing. Strap in. Suns getting Royce O'Neal and David Roddy. The Grizzlies get a 2026 first-round pick swap, Chimezie Metu and Yuta Watanabe. And the Nets get Keita Bates-Diop, Jordan Goodwin, draft rights to Vanja Marinkovic, who I just looked up his stats. Looks like a good 3-point shooter, 27 years old. Don't know much about him. Might do some research. I don't think he's going to be much in the NBA. And then 3 future second-round picks. I like this for the Suns. You get David Roddy. I don't know what he's going to be in the NBA, really. He was awesome in college. Can shoot the ball. He was so fun to watch in college at Colorado State. Royce O'Neal is a good get. A guy who 3-and-D guy, pure 3-and-D guy who can play the 4 for you, can play a 3 for you. I like it. The Grizzlies getting a first is a win for what they give up. David Roddy. I mean, that's a win to me. Chimezie Metu and Yuta Watanabe. I like Watanabe a lot. I think he's a great shooter. I don't understand why he didn't get more minutes, in my opinion, but just an all-around weird trade. The Nets getting 3 future seconds. Just a weird trade. Next, we get Patrick Beverley to the Bucks for Cameron Payne and a 2027 second-round pick. Another weird trade. I like this for the Bucks. I like you getting a point-of-attack defender. Dame is not that. Cameron Payne to the Sixers and a 2027 second. Sure. That's all I got to say. Pistons releasing Killian Hayes is next up. That was something I never saw coming because they just love him, apparently. Next, we have another 3-teamer. The Sixers getting Buddy Hield. Pacers get Furkan Korkmaz, Doug McDermott, a 2024 second-round pick via the Raptors, 2029 second-round pick via the Blazers, cash considerations. And the Spurs get Marcus Morris, a 2029 second-round pick via the Clippers and cash considerations. Love this for the Sixers. If Joel Embiid plays more, or I won't even say plays more, in the playoffs, Buddy Hield, he's one of the best shooters of all time. If you like it or not, one of the best 3-point shooters we have ever seen play the game of basketball. Furkan Korkmaz finally getting out of school. I just got distracted by Furkan Korkmaz. Buddy Hield Buddy Hield is one of the best 3-point shooters we have ever seen play the game of basketball. You pair that with one of the most dominant players we've ever seen play the game of basketball. Got a lot of kick-out opportunity. I think this makes the Sixers dangerous in the playoffs. I think that's what they were going for. If Buddy Hield had Joel Embiid for 50 games, He's going to be one of the most prolific shooters in the NBA. Pacers getting Furkan Korkmaz. Freak Furkan finally worked. He's out after I think he requested a trade in 2018. It took 6 years. Pacers getting a second, 2 seconds, Doug McDermott and Korkmaz. Spurs getting Marcus Morris. This is a really great trade for the Sixers. I don't know what else to say. The Bucks trade Robin Lopez for cash considerations to the Kings. In separate moves, okay, this one's odd. So the Blazers received Delano Banton from the Celtics. Celtics get a second-round pick. Then I think they traded that second-round pick for Jaden Springer, if I'm not mistaken. Which I like Jaden Springer, young guy. I don't know why the Sixers would let him go for a second. I like it for the Celtics, getting a young player, whatever. Next, the Pacers getting Corey Joe for the Warriors' second-round pick. And that is all the trades. Pretty meh trade deadline. Obviously, there were some trades that were fun. Good outskirts trades, good team building trades, good build depth trades, but nothing super major. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, do all those cool things. Yeah, I don't have any more. I don't have any more to say. See y'all next time. Peace.